Hello, everybody. So this is drawing 4.12, and there's a few things I just want to go over with you first. We have our front view and we have our right view. The right view shows us quite a few things. It shows us the thickness of the part, which is 0.15, but it also shows us all of these dashed lines. These dashed lines are actually because of all of these holes that are cut in it. And it's showing us, because they go through everything, it's showing us that these are all cut through the part. There's nothing up here that tells us through or through all, but on this right view, we can see that that's actually the case. The other thing I want to identify is that the holes that are cut into here are different shapes. The one on the top is an ellipse, the one on the bottom is a circle. I also want you to be able to identify that here it says 5 times 60 degrees. So from here to here is 60 degrees, from here to here is 60 degrees, from here to here is 60 degrees, and it goes all the way around. So because it's consistent, we don't have to draw all of these. We can use a circular pattern. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and start a sketch. And our basic shape is a rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle. And I'm going to have it centered on my part. So here we can see that there aren't any overall shapes, like dimensions. We don't know that. But these 0.65 dimensions are dimensioned from the end to a center line. So that's telling me that half of it is 0.65, the other half is 0.65. So with that being said, if you don't want to do the math, you can put this is 0.65 times 2, and this one is 0.65 times 2. And now we have the same shape. Because these holes are cut all the way through the part, we don't need to extrude this and then start a sketch and put them in. Let's do it all in one sketch. So let's go ahead and look here. So we know we have a circle, and the circle, you can see this center line here. It's a circle that is a center point, basically, with a radius of 0.34. It's calling it a radius because you see how the circle's broken here? So we can't call it a diameter. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to draw a circle and I'm going to use my construction. And then this is asking for a diameter. So I need to do 0.34 times 2 because I have to double it. There we go. Let's get rid of that construction line, or the construction button selected. And then I'm going to draw a circle. So let's just come in and do one more circle. I know that it is vertically on center, so I'm going to go ahead and let it be. And I know that the construction circle is on the center of my little circle, so I'm going to go ahead and let it place those. The diameter is 0.08. That's what the drawing says. And it is black in my case, so it's fully defined. So next we're going to do the ellipse. So the drop down circle says ellipse. And I'm going to go ahead and select the center here, bring it out, just kind of oversize it a little bit so we can add our dimensions. So from the center of the ellipse to the top edge is 0.04. So let's go ahead and dimension that. Let's see here. Click on dimension and then just select the ellipse. And you can move it 2 different directions. We're going to have to add both of them. So let's start with this one. So this should be 0.04. Let's select it again and move up. And you can see here it's 0.05. And I want to make sure that it is actually vertical here. So I'm just going to try to drag it and we see it's not. I'm going to double check this guy. Oops, see that one's not either. So let's add a vertical constraint. So center point to the center origin here, moved it over. I want this to be on center also, vertically centered. We look at the drawing, we have 0.13 is from center to center. So let's add that measurement in. 0.13. And this should be good. So I'm just going to grab the middle and make sure none of it's moving. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do that circular pattern. So come on up and pick circular pattern. It wants to know what do you want to pattern. So select geometry. And then let's select our ellipse and our circle. And it's asking for an axis. So the axis is what's the center point you're going to revolve around? Well, these revolve around the origin in this case, the center of this construction circle, everything revolves around that point. So that's what I want to select. And there are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the drawing, we do not put 6 because from here to here is 1, here to here is 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the drawing it says 5, but in reality we have 6 of these groupings. So we need to make sure we have 6 here. And then they are equally spaced around a full circle. So it's 360 degrees. Let's hit OK. There we go. So all that's left is to do our extrude. So let's move this over and let's see what our extrude is. 0.15. So come up to 3D model, click on extrude, select this face here so that it puts them all in. And it's 0.15. And there you go. There is your finished part.